Welcome to Thursday's edition of Culotta and the Prince, the vlog here, wrapping up today's show. Good conversation with Jim Hawthorne, which you can catch in today's podcast at 1045ESPN.com.
ESPN.
Also, on the on-demand tab is where you can get the conversation with the voice, 35 years on the microphone for the LSU Sports Radio Network, calling it quits after next year's basketball season. Good talk, man. I thought that Hawthorne gave us a lot of insight to his days, how he got started, even gave us an outlook to some future advice for who's ever next up.
Got a little emotional there in that interview as well. I thought that it was great, and I don't know if there'll ever be another guy who'll be the quote unquote voice of the Tigers. I think there may be guys that do a number of sports, but when you consider the work that he did and the covering all three sports, all the travel, everything that was involved in it, he's given his last 35 years to LSU, and I think that's a really special thing, and you can hear in his voice that He's going to miss it, but he said he still has his father with him. His father's 91 years old, was a veteran of the war, the big one, and to hear that he's going to have that opportunity to spend some time with his family, that's awesome. He's earned every day off that he's got from here on out.
All right, Scotty Roussel from Football Scoop, footballscoop.com is a great resource for us, Football Scoop Radio, that you can catch Sunday evenings right here on 104.5, 104.9 ESPN Baton Rouge. LSU opening at the wide receiver spot. We heard Tony Ball's name yesterday from Georgia, was the first to interview. Now hearing about Keenan McCardell, who's on Maryland's staff. What can you tell us about McCardell, about him transitioning as a pro wide receiver into the college game as a coach?
Well, I think this is typical Les. Les enjoys talking ball. He likes to bring in, some of the best possible candidates nationwide. Obviously, these are two very talented guys. I don't think they're done with their interviews. Les likes to talk. They're going to talk to a lot of guys. McCardell, obviously had a great pro career as at Maryland as a receivers coach. Was a leading candidate for A&M's receivers job as well. We'll see how the fit is. It's all about fit with Les.
And to your point, Scott, I know he can coach. He can play. I think that the conversation that they're going to want to have with him is about what his recruiting style philosophy is, and that's going to be part of this thing. It's not just about, hey, this guy played in the NFL, he can come in and coach. They're going to want to see exactly how he fits in with the entire staff, on the field, off the field, on the road.
Scotty, is recruiting much more emphasis put on the experience of doing it or the ability to build relationships off of your personality?
I think it's both. It's going forward. He's a Houston guy, so, do we need another Houston recruiter? Never a bad thing.
Think about this. He's a Houston guy who also played in Florida. Yeah. So, you're talking about a guy who's got name recognition walking into high schools in both places.
Wow. That's pretty solid.
See how it goes.
When you think about it.
A lot of really good
Thomas
guys.
McGahee out, Adam Henry out.
No.
They were really kind of your Houston, Beaumont area. I know that Coach Peeve's still on the staff, and he's got really good Texas foot plant, but they definitely need another personality over there.
But when we hired Adam Henry, I didn't see that one coming, So Les is going to talk to some of the absolute best, I think. So we'll see how it plays out.
Friday's edition of Your Morning Drive, 7 a.m. We'll be boozing with the public. You ready?
We will encourage you to drink responsibly. It will be Free Beer Friday on the radio. It will be $1. It will be $1 for every pint sold at walk-ons will be donated to Team Drew. We encourage you to drink responsibly.
There's a thing called Uber out there, and there's a baseball game going on right across the street at the box. Come join us at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning.
13 hours after we start.
We'll be there from 7 to 9 a.m. for Culotta and the Prince. 104.5, 104.9 ESPN Baton Rouge.